Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Biology. The topic is about the cardiac cycle. The cardiac cycle. So what is cardiac cycle is the sequential events of heart occurring in cyclic manner. The sequential events of heart occurring in cyclical manner is called cardiac cycle. Okay, so let's see how our heart makes the sound lub dub. Okay, actually what is lub dub is, it is the sound which is performed by our heart with the help of cardiac muscle. What is heartbeat is one lub and one dub. One lub and one dub is called heartbeat, or one systole and one diastole. One systole and one diastole is called heartbeat, or one contraction and one relaxation phase of heart. One contraction and one relaxation phase of heart is called heartbeat. Okay, so like this various definitions are there for heartbeat. So how the heartbeat occurs? See, as we know already, heart is consisting of 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are called auricles and lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. Right, and these two are the pulmonary veins. Right, so first what happened, imagine the heart is in relaxed position, means it is not doing any work. Okay, imagine the heart is in relaxed position. Actually the heart beating starts from 21st day of embryonic development. From the 21st day when the embryo is formed, from then onwards only 21st day only the heart starts beating. Why? Because to increase the size of the embryo, it is important for the distribution of materials, so which is received by mother. That is why from 21st day onwards the heart starts beating. So imagine the heart is in relaxed position. First what will happen, superior vein and inferior vein, okay, so they both carry deoxygenated blood to right auricle, whereas left pulmonary vein and right pulmonary vein pump oxygenated blood to the left auricle. Okay, this is the right auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. Okay, imagine these two are in relaxed condition. Then what will happen, deoxygenated blood enters into right auricle, oxygenated blood enters into left auricle. Then both the auricles contract. As a result, the blood jumps into ventricles. Because of the contraction of auricles, blood jumps into ventricles. Okay, then the work is completed by the auricles. Then the auricles relax. Okay, when both the auricles contract, the blood jumps into ventricles. As the work completed, the auricles relax. When the auricles relax, it's mean what? Again they are ready to receive blood. From superior and inferior veins to right auricle and pulmonary vein to left auricle. But what will happen here, when these both auricles relax, the blood which is entered into ventricles may come again back into the auricles. which is not correct. Okay, the blood from the ventricles come back to the auricles. Why? Because these two ventricles are contract. When these two auricles are relaxed, these two ventricles begin to contract. These two ventricles begin to contract, then there is a chance the blood is going back to auricles. To prevent the backward flow, here tricuspid valve close the right auriculoventricular aperture, bicuspid valve close the left auriculoventricular aperture. So then we hear a active sound called lub. Active sound called lub. So this when occurs during auricular contraction. Okay. Next, these ventricles now contract and pump the blood into respective arteries. Means from right ventricle to pulmonary artery, from left ventricle to systemic artery, left ventricle to systemic artery. So the blood from the left ventricle, when both the ventricles contract and pump the blood into respective arteries, then the work is completed by the ventricles. So the ventricles begin to relax. The ventricles begin to relax. It's mean what? Again ventricles are ready to receive blood from auricles. Okay, when both ventricles are in relaxed state, then again the auricles begin to contract to pump the blood into ventricles. But when both the ventricles relax, the blood from the respective arteries may again come back and enter into ventricles. To prevent this backward flow, there is a valve present at the opening of pulmonary artery and there is a valve present at the opening of systemic artery. These two arteries close the opening. Then we hear a dull sound called dub. This occurs during ventricular relaxation. Okay, so overall, the auricular contraction occurs. The time taken for auricular contraction is 0.11 to 0.14 seconds, and the time taken for ventricular relaxation is 0.27 to 0.34 seconds, and the heartbeat means joint diastole. The time where both auricles and ventricles are in relaxed state is, the time taken is 0.4 seconds, and approximately the whole time taken for heartbeat is 0.8 seconds. 0.8 seconds. Okay, so this is the cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle. Simple. When auricles contract and pump the blood into ventricles, then the auricles relax. The blood from the ventricles, when the ventricles contract, the blood from the ventricles may come back into auricles. To prevent this, tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve close the openings. Then we hear a active sound called lub. This is also called systole, means contraction is called systole. And when both the ventricles pump the blood into respective arteries, means systemic artery and pulmonary artery, again there is a chance of getting back the blood. Here valves close the pulmonary valve and systemic valve close the openings. Then we hear a dull sound called dub. Okay, so this is about the cardiac cycle. And one more important is, here the blood is not flowing like a continuous water, it is in the form of spurts. Spurts means whenever it is doing like this, then the blood is in the form of entering into the respective auricles in the form of spurts. S-P-U-R-T-S. Okay, right, this is about the cardiac cycle. Cardiac